America, yet again, we're bringing to you an NBA top 15 as we continue to chronicle this shit. You know what I'm saying? We're giving you a top 15 from all the brothers, and this shit has really been spurred on by the one and only, the honorable one, Tim G. Jacob. He's been instigating this shit right here because he told Ray Caesar that he needed that list. And he got the list about him. He got that list about him.
I need the list as bad as Della Reese needed that spam.
She did need that, and she needed that. She had her mouth all ready for some orange juice, and there wasn't nothing in the container. She was hot about that. She was hot about that. But Ray had something in the container, and he gave you a list. Caesar, what was your list, dog? Just to remind America, in case we got a lot of new subscribers, so maybe they didn't see that.
Yep. Indeed. Top 15. I called the last five. I said Jamal Murray of the Nuggets, Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns, Luka Doncic, Dallas Mavericks, Trae Young from the Atlanta Hawks, Spider Mitchell from the Utah Jazz. That next tier, like I said, anybody in the top 10 is elite to me. AD, Kawhi, James Harden, Embiid, Dame. That's 10 going up, right? And then for the top five, Nikola Jokic, the Joker, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Giannis, Antetokounmpo, and then KD for my number one spot. So that's my top 15.
All right, so that was my brother Ray Caesar, Leo's top 15. Now I came through with my top 15, and mine was I had Brad Beal at 15. I had Jude Randle of the Knicks at 14. I had Donovan Mitchell at 13. Trae Young at 12. Anthony Davis at 11. But if Anthony Davis ever choose to drink some milk, he can skyrocket on this list. I had James Harden at 10. I had Dame at 9. Stephen Curry at 8. I had Nikola Jokic at 7. Luka Doncic at 6. And that boy Luka, they called him Hookah Doncic right around here. I had Kawhi Leonard at 5. Joel Embiid at 4. Raymond James Sr. at 3. KD at 2. And I had the boy from Africa at 1. Giannis Antetokounmpo. But today is about our brother, Josephus Tyrone Forbes. He gonna give us his NBA top 15, and then we gonna tell y'all why Josephus is incorrect. JoJo, what you got for the people?
Tell them about it, JoJo.
Being that this is the list,
okay,
there's no way it could be incorrect. You know what? Let's just get into it. How about that? You want to go on, pull it up for me?
Okay. He going Jordan Roman numerals over here on the shoes and whatnot.
Exactly. That's why it's the list. At 15.
Should put this in old English.
Donovan Mitchell. Man, look.
Look at that dude down there already.
Why are you shocked already?
I'm gonna tell you why.
This man shook early.
Can I do my list?
I'm gonna mute myself right now, but I'm gonna tell you why.
All right, Donovan Mitchell at 15, man.
Okay.
We saw what he did in the playoffs. We saw what he did for the year. The guy, and I actually think that will continue. I'm not saying that he'll win a chip, but I'm saying like it seemed effortlessly how he scored. He was pulling from Steph's range. And it was the fact that, to be honest, outside of Jordan Clarkson, they really didn't have nobody scoring the ball like that. And the Clippers still couldn't do nothing with them. And I want to give my young guys, we got to put them on the list because, as you said, Ray, they up and coming, and they here. At 14, Paul George, PG 13. Y'all know, I've been giving Paul George the issue. But
look at that down there.
But he showed up this past year in the playoffs. He was the guy. I mean, this guy, he was putting up double-digit rebounds, scoring 30, 40. He had some blunders, but he showed me that as far I'm gonna say the choke label, I think I kind of removed it. It's no longer on him. It's no longer on him. He had some blunders, but it was nothing like the bubble.
Right.
It wasn't like the bubble. At 13, Mr. Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Number 2 in scoring this past year. Same guy that's putting up, he could score 50. No, the team don't win. But he's at one point, but last year he was the guy and nobody still could stop him. Well, not last year, but the year before that. Trae Young at 12.
Great day.
Now, I don't even know if I have to even explain why he's on the list.
You don't respect that man. You don't even got his name spelled right. You don't respect that man.
That's Trey Ball.
You don't respect that man.
That's Ice Trey.
Oh,
That's
man.
Trey Ball.
I'm gonna mute myself. I apologize.
No. You ain't muted yourself since you said it. At 11, James Harden. We know what this guy can do. He can pass. He can score. He even rebounds. He don't really play defense, but in today's game, who does? But him getting injured, that's why he kind of dropped for me. And the fact that I'm like, how he ran out of Houston, I wasn't feeling it. So he dropped. So at number 10, Mr. Kawhi Leonard.
2 Clippers. Okay.
Yeah. I know some people may have him higher, but like I said, for me, these past playoffs, there were games like Kawhi was just disappearing. And I'm like, where you at, man? You supposed to be the guy. You pulling all the strings. You let Russ call you to team up, and you say, nah, I don't want Russ. I'm gonna get the guy that's on the same team as him. But you disappearing. Like you taking the keys of LA. So where you at? But that's why he dropped. Anthony Davis at 9. We already know the injuries. And also this past year, to be honest, at the beginning of the season, he didn't look like himself. I don't know if he was overweight. Started eating a lot because he got a chip.
I told you he don't drink milk. I told you.
But it didn't look like Anthony Davis. At 8, got Luka Doncic.
What a man just smiling.
At 8, Luka. We basically know Luka scores the ball. He assists. He rebounds. To me, it's not that effective, to be honest. It's just really not.
Well, why are you giving that man the bug out where he's literally 2 picks behind where you put him?
No, I'm giving him the bug out behind the rhetoric, the explanation. He had a better record than the 2 guys ahead of him.
It's that.
Just finish, Joe. You got to finish. You got to finish.
It's the eye test. It's the eye test. At 7, Dame Lillard. We saw what he did against the Nuggets.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically was carrying Portland, to be honest. Dame could have been higher, but that I don't know. I just feel like by now I was out. Dame should have been in the finals at least once. Right now, I think he had that opportunity, but he let it slip through his hands. At 6, Stephen Curry. This guy, y'all already know how I feel about this past season. I feel like he was out there by himself, to be honest. But the fact that he really don't have to have the ball in his hands to affect the game, because everybody is looking for him. Like, it is literally almost impossible to guard the guy. Somebody could shoot that deep. Are you going to go out there and play defense? Are you going to go out there and play defense?
Right.
to let him blow by and do his little floaters or layups.
Yeah.
That's it. Self-explanatory. All right. So at number 5, the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic. This guy scores, he rebounds, he assists, and he does it. He's not. I was going to say he's not a fast guy, but I can't even say that. Like this dude is so slow with his movement that you like other centers should be able to stop him.
Yeah,
like they really should, but they can't. And he's been doing it in this league pretty much since he got here. As a matter of fact, I think he's the reason that who was the center in Denver?
It was Yusuf Nurkic. It was Nurkic.
Nurkic, right?
Yeah,
he's the
Nurkic.
reason he's over in Portland. And by the way, he did it with a really good point guard in Jamal Murray. And as we know, Murray got hurt last year, and he was still doing it without him. At number 4, LeBron James. LeBron James. Gotta put him at 4. Wells may be wondering like why he not higher, because well,
You Kent to the man, basically.
I'm saying though, this past year he put up good numbers. It's still one of LeBron type numbers. I was looking for more, and it's clear that they needed more because Anthony Davis wasn't showing up like that. At number 3, Joel Embiid. You can't stop him. He had the label of he needed milk, right? But we saw he got hurt this past year and he played through it.
Mm-hmm.
And was putting up numbers. And we saw who he had on his team. If you could put up them numbers with Ben Simmons on your team the way Ben played.
Wait, when you say Ben Simmons, you talking about BEND, like the bend of his elbow?
No.
Which one is?
I'm talking about the Ben that'll be short for Benjamin.
Oh,
But yeah, actually, Joel Embiid could have been the MVP the way he was playing, man.
That's true.
To be honest.
That's true. Yeah.
But we know he missed some games, so I'm sure they docked him for that. At number 2, Kevin Durant. 3-level scorer. We've been saying that term a lot.
That's the new phrase. That's the new phrase in this group thread, right?
shout out to first list. Shout out to first list.
Yeah.
You want to steal my terminology, but not steal my
three-level scorer. And we saw what he did with James Harden not being Harden, Kyrie going down. It didn't matter. He still nearly willed them to the Eastern Conference Finals. Still, number 1, Giannis. Man, in the finals, especially the last game, it was like all of a sudden Giannis got a jump shot. And we know if Giannis get a jump shot, the league is in trouble. Like, you're definitely not stopping Giannis if he gets a jump shot. And if he makes free throws, how he started to do. This guy don't really shoot threes well at all, but he still give you 30. 30, he like to give you 30, 15, and 8. That's just what he do when he wake up out the bed. So that's my top 15. That is the list. And to be honest, if you got a problem with this list, you're a troll.
Yeah. Hey, set it up early, Joe, so we start firing back at you. Tell them what it is. Now there's somebody who was upset from the work. As soon as your 15 through 11 popped up,
Listen.
As soon as it popped up, there was somebody on this panel that was already going full bug eye on you. So
and I'm wondering who was that?
Yeah.
Please speak.
I'm saying,
or forever hold your peace.
I'm gonna let the man speak.
This just my thing, Joe. Out of everybody right now on this show,
Okay.
out of everybody who never came on the show, there's one person who has given Paul George more grief than anybody else, and that's you.
Right.
You have told Paul George to shut up.
Yeah, he did.
You have said Paul George ain't like that. He's a choke artist. And now all of a sudden he just popped up on your top 15. So I'm just taken aback.
That's just me being honest, though. That's how you know when I was getting on him, it was out of love.
Yeah.
Because I'm recognizing when he has produced.
So you think he took the criticism to heart and hooped?
Exactly.
So Paul George, and I'm down with Paul George. I've said Paul George's skill level, he got a bag. He's a two-way guy. I just said he needs some therapy. Obviously, he needs some therapy. But you taking Paul George over the likes of Drew Randall, for instance, who was the number 1 on his team, not the 2.
Who currently has the choke label. Go ahead.
Paul George ain't shook that jacket yet now. That jacket's still on him a little bit.
This past year.
He missed some tough free throws down the stretch, Joe.
He had some blunders.
That jacket on him.
I said that. He had some blunders. But
he
overall,
probably gonna have to win a ship to shake that jacket. They still would call my timeline was still rendered with Pandemic P this playoffs.
And they should. Now, I mean, the guy was playing 48 minutes and he was still producing. Come on.
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you. I considered Paul George, but I'm just saying, coming from you, who been trashing Paul George.
That's how you know I'm not a hater.
Oh my God.
Haterless.
Okay. Let's go here.
Okay.
You gave air quotes to Luka assisting the ball, but Jokic,
that's the one right here.
he just assists the ball. Ain't no air quotes for him.
Yeah.
You said Murray. You said he had a good point guard in Murray, but he got hurt and he still played better. Murray played more games last year than Kristaps Porzingis. He played in more games last year.
Kristaps is at your neck. I just want you to know.
And then so if we come down to the next player, you got Michael Porter Jr. versus Tim Hardaway Jr. Who you taking?
That's actually a hard one because MPJ will disappear. He also disappears.
He was hoping this year until he got hurt his back.
Okay.
I'm talking this year.
Drink milk.
Listen, but okay, the year before.
He
increased. He increased, but I mean, if you go from 0 to 2, that's an increase.
Come on now, this boy is before he got hurt, he was.
What I'm telling you is that I know that Dallas, their 3-point shooting was ridiculous. Tim Hardaway Jr. was shooting a cover off that ball.
So you taking Tim Hardaway Jr. over MPJ?
Possibility.
All I'm saying is
no, you ain't get no possibility.
Okay.
All I'm saying is
put it on something.
Yes.
All I'm saying
you just told me he needed
save the tape, America.
Save it.
All I'm saying is the dude had guys around him that sprayed. That's all I'm saying.
But that man is not a better player than Michael Porter Jr. now, people. Come on now.
No, don't talk to the people.
Come on, I'm talking to my brothers because y'all tripping.
Before you can talk to the people, you gotta talk to these people.
No, these the people I'm talking to right here.
Yeah. Right.
America know that Tim Hardaway Jr. ain't better than Michael Porter Jr.
You know, here's what I'm gonna say. Luka Doncic would never make a finals. even if he get, listen to me, even if he get a so-called team.
So if he had a strong number 2, in your mind, you'd be like, still ain't going.
No.
So if he pull a Brun, no, I ain't gonna say Brun. If he pull James Harden, that's who he play like. He played like James Harden.
Yeah, true
Okay.
that.
If he pulls a James Harden and goes click up with whoever the next wave of young boys, they just form a super team. He can't make a final. What about him makes him not be able to make a final?
Honestly, I think he's a selfish ball player. I really do.
He averaged more assists than the guy you say set up everybody.
And this is what I mean by the eye test. I can average assists because I can't score.
He averaged more points than the guy. He averaged more points than Jokic.
He's not coming down and like I'm really trying to set this guy up. He's coming down like I done shot 7 times in a row. I need to pass the ball. It's very different.
He ain't got
Like,
nobody.
Really,
You don't have a guy that you run a play for. He ain't got no James Harden. He ain't got no Kyrie Irving that you run a play for. He don't have a Jamal Murray that you run a play for. He don't have a guy that you run no play for.
So let me ask you a
You
question.
don't have no Anthony Davis.
Why was the Dallas Mavericks offense the most historically great offense in the league?
Because of him. Because of him. His greatness and setting all them guys up to make shots. They just had to make the shot. Kudos to them. They made the shot. That boy set the table. He's the offense.
But he can't get past the Clippers.
The Clippers are a great team. Joe got 2 Clippers in his top 15.
So wait a minute.
2 of them.
So
And they ain't even talking about the rest of their depth. They got 2 top 15
why
players.
the head coach gone? Why he gone?
Magic Johnson got his head coach fired after winning the ship with him. The first ship that Magic Johnson won, that head coach was not Pat Riley. Magic Johnson didn't like him. He didn't like his play style. Magic Johnson wanted to speed up, and Magic Johnson influenced Mr. Bud, Dr. Buzz, to get that boy out of there.
So this is what I'm telling you.
This ain't nothing new in the league.
No. This is what I'm telling you. They're saying the coach is the problem. Jason Kidd finna find out that Luka is the problem.
Look at that example I just gave you.
I
This man won a ship, and Magic said, "I don't want him."
And Matt, I understand, but
And it made
Magic is a different player from Luka.
But what I'm saying,
Those are real assists.
Magic had somebody. Would you take Kareem or Magic? Who the better player, Kareem or Magic?
I'm going Kareem.
Kareem. So Magic had somebody on his team that's better than him historically. Right. Luka has not had, at 22 years old, he has not played with anybody that's better than him.
I understand that.
No,
I'm telling you, if he gets somebody on his team that is better than him, that person will be gone. I feel Luka. I don't even think Luka can do what James Harden did. I thought James Harden was going to go to the Brooklyn Nets. Listen. I thought he was going to go to the Nets, and I thought he was going to get over there and act up and still try to score 30, 40, 50.
That's right. You told us that.
I don't think Luka got that in him.
So James proved you wrong. So Luka gonna prove you wrong too. You told us James we're gonna go over there.
Until then, Luka gonna be where he at on that list.
This is so disrespectful.
Keep in mind, America, they 2 spots off from each other. It ain't like me where I'm 4-5 spots off like that.
That was disrespectful.
These guys are 2 spots off each other, and they really bickering over 2 spots. In the top 10, America.
It's the principle about it. It's
in the top 10.
It's principalities.
It's craziness is what it is. It's crazy.
Here's another thing I want.
Y'all give Silent Bob over here a chance to chime in because that's the real instigator.
He to be the one setting everything up. And
he
then
set everything up.
He get up in here and just chill on it.
I got y'all talking.
What you got?
That's my job. I got you talking.
You got a problem with the 15 through where we at?
I mean, it was written in Roman numerals, and Rome was a very strong empire, so therefore I should not say anything.
No, that's true.
What bothers you, T?
I mean, quite naturally, the fact that Embiid's ahead of Jokic, quite naturally, but I mean, I know that's Joe's one, so I get that. I get it. Dame,
give me something. That's where you're passionate.
Really, the Jokic one is fine. Is the one that I'll just be like, okay, I get it. And we throw around a few shots in this group by the way of one host that I ain't gonna mention his name and what he likes to call us, but he's being a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But this neither here nor there.
Yeah. That's right.
You
That's
can
right.
read between the lines on that when you
That's
edit
correct.
it. You can
No, that's
see it
correct.
and you
That's
get it.
correct.
You'll
LeBron
get it.
Stan?
You'll get it. You get it. No.
Oh, okay.
No, the whole now that threw me for. You see, he trying to be political. T.
Mm.
Call him out on the politics.
Whoa.
You know good and well this joke ain't gonna handle LeBron at 4. He got LeBron at 4. He trying to shine up his image to show that he's not a LeBron apologist and a LeBron
First
fan.
of all, the top 15 is one of the most honest lists that I've ever done.
This joker here.
Okay?
Now look. Now, but T reminded me of something. Embiid was one of your boys for argument points as well last year. So you may have had Embiid up there to win an argument against Jason Clay, who's a contributor as well. So it's so much stuff, America. There'd be a lot of backstory stuff.
These guys just can't trust each other.
No, I don't. He's right.
He gave you smoke. He gave you a list with smoke for a guy that I know I took his ass to task, and he will not be on my top 15. I can segue to that.
Who was that?
Who's not gonna be on your top
Paul
15?
George?
You don't know who it is.
Oh, Paul George. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
T
That's
said
fine.
Paul George might not be top 30.
Damn right.
You remember that? You remember that segment we did?
Yeah.
I remember.
Right.
But you got to recognize when somebody has produced.
He ain't making his list. I already know he ain't making his
As a matter of fact, let me tell you.
The Joker.
Let me tell America what I don't like.
Guaranteed.
And I'm going to tell you what was becoming really sad.
Okay.
When a man can't change his mind from week to week.
I like that. Joe, I like that. I like that.
No, I don't like that. No, I don't
Joe,
like that.
Joe,
No, I
talking,
don't like
Joe.
that.
I like that.
In
No,
politics, they call that flip flop. They call that a flip flop, Joe.
No, I don't like that.
They call that a
Man,
flip
that
flop.
change his mind from week to week.
Hold
I
on.
support it.
If
Well,
you ass like Lay's potato chips last
Ray,
week,
what you
you
got?
like them this week.
No, I know you got something.
What you mean?
Yeah, he trying to
No.
play it cool, like he don't
What you
disagree
don't
with you.
like.
You got Brad Beal in yours, and he ain't have. So
I don't listen.
get him, right?
It wasn't in his list.
No. He's saying Bill
Bill
was
was
on
in
Joe's
Joe's
list. Yeah, on
Joe's
Joe's
list.
list.
Oh, I
On
thought you
Joe's
were
list.
talking
Not
about
mine.
Ray's
Not
list.
mine.
Okay.
Not mine. Honestly, man, I don't. When it comes to a top 15 list, I really don't have an issue with people having different plays, especially in like that 15 to 11 range. I really don't, because that's one of those things where you really are flip flopping. Remember, like last week, I said like nobody has Jason Tatum.
Yeah.
And I think he's a phenomenal player.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm surprised comment section ain't said nothing.
Yeah.
Nobody's had Kyrie Irving.
Nobody had Kyrie.
I actually gave him some
Y'all
consideration.
know he was 50, 40, 90 this past year.
Yeah, he was.
Nobody's got
tough.
Kyrie Irving.
He was.
He was tough. Listen, one of my favorite players in the league is Russell Westbrook. Didn't make my list, and we talked about it before we started this segment. All he's done is lead the league in assists every year, except for like the one that Brian has. So
Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's not the top 15 of good. It's the top 15 of game changers, or in my opinion, the way that I put my list together was just potential game changers. When you're talking about the younger guys, I say that 15 to 11 for young guns who I think should, knock on wood, if everything goes right in their career, should be replacing those guys that are in the top 10.
So I just want to ask y'all three, because y'all put y'all list out there. What was your list based on? Was it based on, because I think Ray, you said it was based on what have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Just for me, the last time that I truly saw guys play. That's why I was so big on Jamal Murray's play. Because I took it from a encapsulated before he tore his knee, and the last time he really got to shine was in that bubble, right? So I took that. Okay. That's it. If Jamal Murray come out and he is trash the first half of the season, if he's trash,
he played 48 games,
then he got to come off. But he was nice. I'm not saying he was elite. I'm not saying he was top 10 elite. But what I'm telling you is that
he wasn't better than some of them other guys, man.
That kid still has the ability to be at that level with a Devin Booker and a Trae Young, in my opinion. I just think because of what the season got off to a crazy start anyway, because you go from bubble to being right back out there.
Yeah.
We don't take that into account enough. Now, the guys who did do it with no problem, because
that's my God.
yeah, that guy, I think has the ability to take it to the next level. I really do. All of these guys, these young guys, Trae Young, Spider Mitchell, Luka Doncic, it's nothing for me next year or midway through the season if we want to recalibrate this for me to have every single one of them guys and say, well, AD, you still not performing, you got to go. Kawhi, if you come back and you slot, you got to go. Like that's nothing for me. This top 15 list should always be fluid. Should always.
Did y'all notice this one right here said not one single word about defense in his description of the player?
Actually, I did.
Who? Which one? On what player?
I said defense is not.
He said
really
Kawhi.
played.
See,
I
that's
said
just-
defense is not.
That's
really
what he
played.
said. That's what he said.
It's ridiculous. It's
You-
ridiculous.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Y'all
Wait,
see,
wait.
I wish we had the tapes, American. Y'all can see our
Let's-
intramural
let-
basketball games in college. And
Let's
you can
stop
see
this.
what this
We
one gonna
see-
shoot from the timeline. That's what he
No.
girls
Listen
on the
to me.
sideline into it. That's what he about.
No. Listen to me. You have LeBron James that takes 5 steps and dunk the ball. You got
That's
James Harden who travels on his step backs. You even got Steph doing it now.
That's the league.
Like
now.
with these, and these teams are scoring one. We were talking about the Brooklyn Nets who were giving up like 118, and because they dropped it down to 112, people was telling me that their defense has gotten really good. Defense is not played.
But we comparing it to today. See, in your mind, you comparing it to 1998.
Mm-hmm.
That was a great time in your life, probably. You know something?
Right.
I know it was a great time in my life.
Oh, absolutely.
So you comparing it to back then? No, if we doing that, no, they ain't playing no defense.
Yeah.
So what we got to do is look at what's going on in the league at the moment.
Listen.
What's going on in the league at the moment?
So that's what your list was formulated from.
If you look at my list,
Oh, okay.
everybody in my top 5, for instance, is either a dominant two-way player or they are not a defensive liability. Like Giannis, two-way. KD should be two-way, but he's not a liability. If KD wanna defend, he can defend you. LeBron, if he want to defend, he can defend you. You know what I'm talking about? Like these guys are like that. You got a lot of ones in my list, like guys who they got the responsibility on them. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been there to make the to allude to what my brother was talking about last week. Okay.
Yeah, see, now you got it right. See, now you got it right.
You take my freshman year.
Yeah.
I was the only freshman who made my varsity team.
That's right.
Okay. You go to my sophomore year, I had most improved offense. You go to my 11th grade year, I was voted as best defense. Okay. You go to my senior year, my coach said I can give you every single award. I'm just gonna let you pick the awards. So but that senior year, I had to be the one, undoubtedly, and we had a motion offense. You see what I'm saying? So no. See, when my brother tried to say, "Well, wasn't nobody else around, all the good players were gone, so you had to score the ball." We were in a motion offense.
That's what you just said.
No, that's not what I said. You said whether good shots or bad shots, I had to score the ball. I ain't take no bad shots because we had a motion offense. Our coach didn't run no plays for me.
Well, you did basically say wasn't no good players around because you said the coach said you could have got all the awards.
No, this is what I'm saying. In terms of how did I get my points, it wasn't because I was just out there getting the FGA. This is what I was arguing about Brad Beal. His argument was Brad Beal only got those numbers because he's on a crappy team. And somebody got to score the points on a crappy team. What I'm saying is that's not a one-to-one comparison because no plays were ran for me. We were in a motion offense. Our coach didn't learn to run plays for a situation like that until he was coaching a girls team and he had one girl in a situation like that. And he'd start running pin downs and running ISOs and all that kind of stuff. My coach never ran ISOs or pin downs for me, nothing like that. It was, I had to bring the ball down, start the offense. I might get the ball. I might not get the ball back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Brad Beal's situation, in my opinion, is different from that. Brad Beal was going out there, scoring the ball at a high clip. Steph clip was better because Steph is a better scorer than him. Steph is 50, 40, 90 guy traditionally. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I got Steph over Brad Beal, but I'm just saying he's scoring the ball. Their team record, they were 8th, but part of the reason they were 8th was COVID and injuries. They probably would have been like 6th or something like that if it weren't for COVID and injuries. Because once they got healthy, they started rolling, and that's how they made the 8th seed.
I wasn't even saying that. All I was saying was,
that's what you said. That's what you said.
And you can say it however you want to say it.
You said,
here's the truth, America. Here's the truth, America.
That's what he said.
Don't worry about the tape. Watch this. Watch his face when I say this. We've had multiple conversations, not just me and him. These guys on this panel where he say, I look to my left, I look to my right. That's what you left me with.
Exactly, but I still had to pass the ball.
Now, when you pass it to them guys, when you pass it to those guys, in your brain, not your brain, excuse me, in their brain, they giving it right back.
No, they not. You didn't watch any of our games. You didn't come back and say
they giving
that's
it right
not
back.
what happened. That's not what happened.
They take the compliment. They giving it right back. That's different than Brad Beal. Brad Beal had Russell Westbrook.
I can't take that compliment because that's not what happened to me.
No, in this case,
I'm telling you, you weren't there. That's not what happened.
In this case, I'll let you talk. In this case,
but you're not stating the facts. That's not what happened.
This is more like a Luka Doncic. At the end of the day, the best shot is coming from the best player. So even if you run a motion offense, it don't matter if the motion is the guy get the ball, he's scared to shoot, so he giving it right back.
That's not what happened to me. That's not what happened to Bradley.
So you telling me the guys you played with, they were putting up FGAs?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. And we lost because of that. Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. We went from winning a district championship and going to the quarterfinals in the Coliseum to not winning the district championship. That's what I'm telling you.
So America,
none of the guys watched the show.
So America, I'm wrong. What he's saying is the guy that he had were putting up jumpers, and the guy that he played with before were not putting up jumpers.
I'm not saying the guys I played with before didn't put up jumpers. I'm saying the guys I played with before were very talented basketball players, and if they put up jumpers, it probably was going in. So a motion offense works when you got more talent. For instance, the Brooklyn Nets.
What I said.
No.
The guys that you had before that were better.
No, listen what I'm saying. But I'm saying Bradley Beal was not in my situation. That's a bad comp. That's a bad comp. You acting like Bradley Beal only got numbers because he was on a team that he had to put up FGAs and somebody gonna score the ball. That was not my situation. They ain't running no motion offense for no Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal coming off pin downs. Bradley Beal getting ISOs.
Well, they got to run no motion offense in the NBA. Though. That's not
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's a bad comp.
Well, it's gonna be a bad comp anyway. Because we talking about high school ball to NBA. I'm just simply talking about the comparison of being the guy. That's it. Just being the guy.
And what I'm saying, he was the guy, and he scored 31 points per game. Steph Curry was the guy. He scored 32 points per game.
Right.
And we saying Steph.
Okay, I got you now.
But the guy that scored 31 is down here. And they both were the 8th seed.
Okay, here's the point that I'm trying to make. Because I think we were talking about Steph Curry in that regard anyway. So you say Steph Curry has the better roster around him, right? Compared to
I would say, well,
compared to Brad Beal.
You got to put Russ in there. Now, Russ,
no doubt.
Once Russ got healthy.
Yeah.
And once that's arguable there now. Because he got Russ and Steph didn't have Clay. You know what I'm saying?
The comp is simply is simply the better talent. When you, and I don't want to say by yourself, I don't want to throw shots at guys that I play. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when we played together, there was superior talent there versus when we did not play together. Which therefore everybody's looking to you as the guy. Guy. Your FGAs are naturally going to go up because you're the guy, motion offense or not. What you got when you played with these guys, and not even me, because I'm not even the scorer. You're the better scorer. I'm talking about the other guys we played with versus the guys you played with. When these guys left, you naturally have to be the guy.
But with Brad Beal, this is what I'm saying. Brad Beal ain't in that situation. Brad Beal can score the ball at such a high clip. If you put Brad Beal on a good team, Brad Beal gonna score the ball at a high clip.
Miami Heat.
If I
Thank you. You put Brad Beal on the Miami Heat. Brad Beal gonna lead the team in scoring.
Can I dream, Joe?
That's true.
That's no. Listen, that's a fact.
So that's what I'm saying. So it wasn't the team that made him score. It wasn't a bad team that made him score. It was Brad Beal to score the ball.
In your prime, I could put you in your prime. I could take you off of St. Joe team, put you on another one. You still can get buckets.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's a bad comp because I wasn't a selfish player like that. Like when y'all played, when y'all were on the team, the guy who led us in scoring was Clint Luckett.
Yeah.
Clint Luckett never beat me in 1-on-1, but he averaged more points than me that year because he was gonna break the offense. He wasn't gonna care what the coach said because his father was putting pressure on him to score the ball. I wasn't that kind of player. You see what I'm saying? So if you put me with, I'm probably more naturally a point guard.
Sure.
You see what I'm saying? My mindset ain't finna be just to go get mine or whatever like that. My skills should have been developed. Like if I play pickup with my young boys, I'm trying to set my young boys up and all that kind of stuff, unless I'm on a trash team and then I got to score the ball.
That's why he likes Luka right there.
No, because like Joe said, Luka trying to get his numbers too. You know what I'm saying? I probably would be more like Chris Paul if I had it my way. You see what I'm saying? Put me with Ray. I would love to play with America. We talking about my brother Martin Leverett. That's all he want to do is score the ball.
Oh, Ray make the job easier, no doubt.
He don't want to play defense. He don't want to rest on the ball. He don't want to do nothing but score the ball. I get Ray the ball where he need to get it. That's how I would do it. What I'm saying is Brad Beal, if you put him on Miami, it's perfect. They got to be trying to get that boy. He would do great there. They would need a scorer that could take some pressure off Jimmy, because Jimmy sometimes, that's another one. We ain't got Jimmy on nobody's list.
I agree.
Even though Jimmy went head to head with LeBron James. I ain't got him on my list either, so I ain't calling nobody out. He ain't on my list either.
Stop giving T notes. Don't give him no notes.
He
gotta come up next week.
He gotta come next week. You know he making it. He making T list.
Our top 15 gonna piss all y'all off. So
T might have that man at 6, bro, or something like that. I might be being lenient. He might have that man at 5.
He wouldn't do that. Jimmy didn't have a good year.
Oh, T?
Y'all
not
gonna like my list.
Yeah.
Y'all are not gonna like my list. I'm gonna make listen.
This is Tatum shows up.
This say that my hot list.
Who else you say? Who we got?
Tatum showed up. There was let me be Nostradamus for a minute.
Zion.
This is when Zach LaVine makes the list. This is when Jimmy Butler makes the list. This is when Jason Tatum makes the list. I'm telling you, that's why you're over there skinning and grinning now.
Y'all gonna be so high with my list. Like I'm gonna close this series out. I'm gonna close this series out.
All right up there.
I'm gonna close this series out.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna hate me for it. Y'all might not even talk to me. Y'all might kick me out the 3. If it come down to what I feel about a top 15, y'all might kick me out of 3. And that's okay. I'm okay with distance. We do it in now. So it's fine. It ain't no problem.
So,
ain't no problem.
So you gonna create some social distancing between us.
I'm finna blow this shit up. That's what I'm doing.
T, you just saw me. My kids wanted me to tell y'all to make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me across all social media platforms, like the videos, and share them. Did I forget anything?
And turn on the post notifications.
Y'all heard them. And also, visit Statement Tees, LLC.com, and shop with us. That's Statement Tees. Every t-shirt you wear
makes a statement.